Hello, I'm Beth Wagner, physical therapist. In this video, I'm going to show you my favorite exercises to alleviate symptoms of thoracic outlet syndrome. Thoracic outlet syndrome is a term used to describe three related syndromes involving compression of nerves, arteries, and veins. There are three possible areas of compression: the interscalene triangle between the anterior and middle scalene muscles, the costoclavicular space between the clavicle and the first rib, and finally the subcoracoid or subpectoralis minor space, which is the space directly underneath the coracoid process and the pectoralis minor muscle. Common causes of thoracic outlet syndrome include repetitive injury, trauma, pregnancy, and anatomical variances, such as an extra rib. Symptoms vary slightly depending on the specific cause of thoracic outlet syndrome, whether the compression involves the nerves, arteries, or veins. But common symptoms include pain in the neck, shoulder, and arm, either just on one side or on both sides. Tenderness in the area just above the clavicle or collarbone, weakness and/or pins and needles when raising an arm, and finally paleness and coolness in the hands. The best exercises would be specific to the cause of thoracic outlet syndrome, which is difficult to determine, and clinical tests are not very accurate. The exercises I'm including here are the most beneficial in most cases. A well-balanced exercise program includes a variety of approaches to open or expand the area of compression to relieve the pinching. Key components include postural correction, mobilization of areas that are constricted, and strengthening in areas that are weak. The exercises I'm demonstrating in this video include postural correction, 2 spinal mobilization exercises, 2 muscle stretching exercises, and 2 muscle strengthening exercises. For these exercises, you'll want to have either a yoga strap or a hand towel, and you'll also find it most beneficial to have a resistance band. I suggest starting with light resistance and working your way up in resistance levels as you're able to. Just a quick reminder to subscribe to my channel, click the thumbs up, and click the bell for notifications when I release a new video. All right, let's get started with the postural correction, and then we'll move quickly into the other exercises. I'll do the postural correction sitting, since I'll be doing all of these exercises in a seated position. First, start at your base and put your hands on your hips, on your pelvis. And make sure that your pelvis isn't tipped forward or rocked back in a slouched position, but right in the middle. Next, feel your low back and make sure that you have the normal curve in your lumbar spine. And then moving up, sit upright as tall as you can. Lift your chest, relax your shoulder blades down and back. Finally, do just a little bit of a chin tuck, bringing your head straight back so that your head lines up over your shoulders. Now, with corrected posture, we'll move on to the first rib mobilization. Take your yoga strap or towel, place it over your shoulder, just at the base of your neck and the top of your shoulder. And then reach for both ends of the strap with the opposite arm. So for left first rib mobilization, you'll cross the strap and hold it with your right hand. Now gently pull down on the strap with your right hand and rest your hand on your thigh or on the table next to you, somewhere where it's comfortable. Gently pull down on the strap and tip your head away from the side that's affected. So if I'm mobilizing the first rib on the left side, I'll tip my head to the right. So the ear goes over to the side toward the shoulder, and pause, and then come back up. If you notice your shoulder starting to elevate, you'll want to anchor your arm on that side. I can bring my left hand underneath my thigh, or grip the edge of the chair on the front or on the side. Okay, so with my left hand anchored under my thigh, I'll try that again. I'll gently pull down on the strap using my right hand and tip my head to the right. Right ear goes towards right shoulder, keeping the shoulders relaxed. Pause, and then come back up. Keep the motion slow and smooth. gently pull down on the strap. Ear goes to the shoulder. Pause, and then come back up. And release pressure on the strap. Again, pull down on the strap. Tip the head to the side. Pause, and come back up. Release pressure on the strap. And continue repeating with slow, smooth motion for 5 to 10 repetitions. Start with what you can do and build up gradually. Now I'll show you on the other side. To mobilize the first rib on the right side, bring the yoga strap over your right shoulder, just at the base of your neck and very top of the shoulder. Grip the front and the back of the strap with your left hand and bring your left hand down next to your thigh or rest it comfortably on the seat next to you. Be sure that you're sitting with upright posture. Lift your chest, relax the shoulder blades, and do a little bit of a chin tuck. From here, gently pull down on the strap and tip your head to the left. Left ear goes towards the left shoulder. Pause and come back up. If you need to anchor your arm to prevent the shoulder elevating, then bring your hand under your thigh or grip the edge of the seat. And pull down gently on the strap and tip your head to the side. Pause and come back up. For added release and calming of the nervous system, try matching your breath with the movement. Inhale through the nose to prepare. And then as you exhale, gently pull down on the strap and tip your head to the side. Pause and come back up to the starting position. Again, inhale to prepare. Exhale, gently pull down on the strap and tip your ear toward your shoulder. Pause and come back up and release pressure on the strap. Inhale to prepare. As you exhale, gently pull down on the strap. Tip your ear to the shoulder. Pause and slowly come back up and release pressure on the strap. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, pull down on the strap. Ear goes to the shoulder. Pause and come back to the starting position and release pressure on the strap. Continue with slow, steady movement for 5 to 10 repetitions. Start with what you feel comfortable doing and gradually add more as you practice these exercises day by day. Now you can set your strap aside and we'll move on to the thoracic extension mobilization. This mobilization can be done seated without anything behind you, unsupported, or up against a chair where the chair back comes to about the middle of your back. I'll demonstrate here with my back unsupported, but I'll show you a picture here in the video of this exercise being performed with the chair. The purpose of this mobilization is to open up your chest and to extend your thoracic spine. So the first step is to sit up as tall as you can. Make sure your spine is upright and as erect as possible. Now bring your hands behind your head and allow your elbows to be forward or to go out to the side, whatever is most comfortable for you. Now I'm going to lift up with my hands at the base of my skull, just to get a little bit of traction, a little space in my spine. And then I'm going to bring my elbows up toward the ceiling and tilt my head back, looking up toward the ceiling, arching back as much as I can. Pause, and then come back to the starting position. Again, lift your hands up. So what I mean by that is with my hands at the base of my skull, I'm pulling up this way. Lift my elbows up toward the ceiling, look up, arch my upper back, and tilt back. Pause, and then come back to the center. Again, it's helpful to match your breath. Start by inhaling to prepare, and then exhale through the mouth as you bend back into the extension. And then come back to the starting position. Inhale through the nose, and exhale. Tilt back into the extension mobilization. Pause, and then come back to the starting position. Shoot for 10 repetitions. Start with as many as you can. Build up gradually. Be sure that you're moving with slow, steady motion on the way back into extension and when you're coming back to the starting position. This should feel good. Mild stretch discomfort is normal with the thoracic extension mobilization, but you shouldn't be feeling any pain. Definitely no sharp, shooting, or stabbing pain should be felt during this exercise. If you do, stop. Lower your arms, shake it out, try to correct your posture, and try again. If you continue to experience pain with the thoracic extension mobilization, then this exercise is not the best for you. Next is a scalene stretch. I'll demonstrate first on the left side. I'll anchor my left hand with my hand underneath my thigh, similar to the first rib mobilization. And now with tall posture, lifting from the chest and doing that little bit of a chin tuck, I'll lower my right ear toward my right shoulder. And hold this position for 3 to 5 seconds, or as long as it's comfortable for you. And then come back up to the starting position. Just as I mentioned with the thoracic spine extension mobilization, you shouldn't feel any pain with this stretch. You also should not feel any numbness, tingling, headaches, basically any symptom other than very slight stretch discomfort. If you do, come out of the stretch right away and stop the exercise. You could try doing a few shoulder rolls, correct your posture, and try one more time. But if you continue to experience pain, numbness, tingling, any other symptoms, then this exercise isn't the best for you. Now, inhale to prepare for the exercise. Exhale, tip your right ear toward the right shoulder. And hold for a couple seconds, 3 to 5 seconds. Then come back up. Again, inhale. And exhale, tip to the side. And come back up to the starting position. You should feel the stretch along the left side of your neck. Now that's the best way to stretch the middle scalene. If we want to focus the stretch on the anterior scalene, then the movement is slightly different. We'll start with the side bend. Now I'm going to rotate my head to the left. So I'm going to look up a little bit and then tip my head back very gently. And then look forward again and then bring my head up. Inhale through the nose. As you exhale, tip your right ear to your right shoulder and then look up. Turn your head slightly to the left and tilt back slightly. Pause here just for a second or two. And then look forward and lift your head back up. When you're performing the variation with the head tilt to the left and looking up, only hold it for a second or two. You'll notice that this is a much more intense stretch than the simple side bend. So you don't need to hold it for as long. Be sure to listen to your body. If you feel uncomfortable at all, then don't push as far into the stretch. Start with very gentle motion. Make sure that your movements are smooth and steady, slowly lowering and slowly returning to the starting position. If at any point in time you don't feel comfortable, you can stop, shake it out and try again, or try again on another day. Okay, let's switch to the right side. Sit up tall, lifting your chest, and we'll anchor the right hand under the right thigh. And now inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Left ear goes to left shoulder. And pause. Hold for 3 to 5 seconds. If you need to take a breath while you're here, that's just fine. Inhale through the nose again. And exhale. And then return to the starting position. Tip your head to the left. Left ear goes to the left shoulder. Pause, hold for 3 to 5 seconds, and then come back up. Okay, now for the variation to focus the stretch on the anterior scalenes. We'll inhale to prepare. Exhale, left ear to left shoulder. Now I'll look up, turn my head slightly to the right, and tip my head back slightly. And pause just for a second or two. Look forward again, and then lift the head. And one more time. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Left ear to left shoulder. Look up, turn the head slightly to the right, and tip back. Pause. 1 or 2 seconds. Look forward, and then lift your head. Okay. For the scalene stretch, I recommend starting with just 2 or 3 repetitions of the straight side bend and the side bend with the rotation and the tilt. If that feels comfortable for you, if it feels like you're getting good relief from that stretch, feel free to add a couple more repetitions. Now moving on to the pec stretch. This exercise stretches both pec minor and pec major. It's possible to do this stretch just sitting unsupported. And I'll also show you how to perform this stretch using a doorway for additional benefit. Start with tall posture, lifting the chest, rolling the shoulder blades down and back, a little bit of a chin tuck. Now lift one arm up to the side. Start on the side that is not affected. That way you can feel what is closest to your normal. And then do the stretch on the other side, the side that is affected with thoracic outlet syndrome. Now I'll lift my right arm up, palm facing forward, elbow bent, and with my arm out to the side as far back as I can reach comfortably. Now lift your arm up overhead, nice and slow, and then bring your arm back down. And lift up slowly, pause, and then come back down. And lift up, pause, and come back down. Now, if you notice a particular spot in that range of motion that feels tight, try resting, holding your arm in that position just for a second or two. And exhale while you're in that position. See if you can sink into that stretch. And then lower your arm. Again, with this stretch, mild stretch discomfort is normal. But if you begin to feel any numbness and tingling in your hand, then lower your arm. Shake it out and start again. Now I'll demonstrate on my left arm. I'll lift the left arm out, palm facing forward, elbow bent, and reach your arm back as far as you feel comfortable to start with. Then lift your arm up overhead, pause, and then come back down. Pause here, lift up overhead, pause, and come back down. Again, if you feel a particular tight spot, then go ahead and rest in that position for a second or two. See if you can pull your arm back a little bit farther as you exhale through your mouth. Sink into that stretch. And then go ahead and lower your arm. And if you begin to feel numbness and tingling in your hand, lower, shake it out, rest for a moment, and then continue. After a few repetitions, one arm at a time, then go ahead and do this with both arms at the same time. So bring your arms up out to the side, palms facing forward, chest lifted, shoulders relaxed, chin tucked a little bit. Now lift your arms up and overhead, pause, and then bring your arms back down and pause. Lift your arms up overhead, pause, and come back to the starting position. If you want to try matching your breath with this, you'll find additional benefit to calm your nervous system and help your tissues relax just a little bit more. So inhale through the nose to prepare for the exercise. And then as you exhale, lift your arms up overhead and back down. Now, if you feel you need to breathe more often than that, you can also try exhaling on the way up and then inhaling on the way down. Exhale on the way up. Inhale on the way down. You might try experimenting with different breathing patterns. There are two main benefits to this. The first is simply to be sure that you're not holding your breath, that you're continuing to breathe in and breathe out to maximize the stretch benefit. The second is to maximize the airflow during the inhale, fully inflating your lungs and then fully emptying your lungs on the exhale. You will find the stretch to be much more relaxing, and you'll likely feel even more opening, more expansion through your chest by focusing on the breathing. See what breathing pattern works best for you. Now we'll move on to the two strengthening exercises. Start with the lightest resistance band that you have. When you're able to perform 2 sets of 15 repetitions, then move up to the next level of resistance. The first one is bilateral shoulder external rotation. Hold your band in both hands with your palms up. Elbows bent and next to your sides. Hands straight forward, palms up. With your chest lifted, shoulder blades relaxed, a little bit of a chin tuck. Grip your band firmly in your palms. If you need to, you can wrap the band around your palms once to help with the grip. As you exhale, squeeze your shoulder blades together, down and back, as if you're reaching them into your back pockets. And then pull your hands apart. So your hands go out to the side, and your elbows stay close to your trunk. Pause, and then return to the center. Squeeze your blades, reach out to the side. Pause, and return to the center. Exhale, squeeze the blades and pull out to the side. Pause. Inhale, return to the center. Exhale, squeeze and reach out to the side. Pause. Inhale, return to the center. With this exercise, you should feel muscle activation along your spine in the mid-back, right between your shoulder blades. You might also feel some muscle work right behind the shoulder. Be sure to keep your shoulders relaxed so that as you pull the band out, your shoulders are staying low. They're not rising up towards your ears as you pull. Make sure they're staying down and back. Now, the last strengthening exercise is chest press using the band. Lift the band up and over your shoulders and rest it behind your upper back, right behind your shoulders. And now grip the band on either side with your hands as close to your shoulders as you can. And again, if you need to wrap the band once or twice around your hand for extra grip strength, that's just fine. Okay, from the starting position, squeeze your shoulder blades down and back. Now press your arms forward, straightening your elbows and pressing, rounding your shoulders forward. Pause, and then slowly bring your arms back to the starting position and squeezing your blades together in the back. Again, press forward, round your shoulders forward as you press, pause, and then slowly let your arms come back to the starting position. Again, match your breathing by inhaling to prepare and exhale as you press forward. Pause. And then return to the starting position. Inhale and press forward. And come back to the starting position. Inhale and press forward on the exhale. And come back to the starting position. And try to keep your arms level as you press forward. So you're not lifting your arms up in the air and you're not lifting and you're not letting them lower. You're keeping them straight forward. And then slowly come back to the center. So keep the motion slow as you press forward and the same slow, steady speed as you come back. Don't let the resistance band snap or pull your arms back quickly. Keep the motion smooth on the way out and smooth on the way back. Shoot for 15 repetitions of both of the strengthening exercises. I recommend performing 2 sets, alternating between the bilateral shoulder external rotation and the chest press. When you're able to do 2 sets of 15 at the current level of resistance without much fatigue, then it's great to move up to the next level of resistance band. If you're not able to complete 15 repetitions using your current level of resistance band, try using a lighter resistance. I recommend performing all of these exercises once a day, daily. If that feels comfortable for you and you feel like you would benefit from more frequent performance of the exercises, it's great to add a second session each day of the mobilizations and the muscle stretches. If at any point it feels like this is too much, meaning that you feel pain, numbness, tingling, or discomfort that's greater than mild stretch discomfort, back off, take a day off, or do fewer repetitions. When you're rested and you feel ready to begin again, go ahead and continue. Now it's time to wrap up this video on thoracic outlet syndrome. I hope you've enjoyed the exercises I've included here. And if you like this video, please click the thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. Please leave any questions or comments down below and I'll get back to you as soon as I'm able. Here's to your healing, health, and happiness. Have a wonderful day.